Continuing from the previous episode 2325, fighting the heavenly god of Yan Emperor, to find the latest chapter. Ha ha ha, flooding into the poisonous blood pond, even a powerhouse with the strength of the fifth layer reincarnation can only end in the death of Shangshayu. Heaven has a way, you don't go, asterisk has no way to break in. All of you have to die. In the courtyard, the spirit of the poison god Cauldron, which controlled the body of the poison god Xuan, roared fiercely, looking at the gorilla green poisonous mist pond below. The whole body could not stop trembling and mocking. The power of the venom in the poisonous fog blood pool below is so fierce that even if you dare not enter it, these three people will definitely die if they enter it rashly. Hateful. Five-legged golden crow and poison soul child looked at each other, and then launched a monstrous offensive in Du, and they attacked together. Now the situation is not optimistic. I am afraid I can only pray for Xiao Yan and the others. Brother Xiao Yan. In the poisonous mist pond, Xiao Yan and the three of them were soaked in venom. Their souls were scattered, their strength and five senses were lost, and even their bodies became cold and stiff. Vitality. In the face of this terrifying power fluctuation, whether it was the power of reincarnation or holy flame, it became silent for a while, and the three of them were so faintly immersed in the poisonous fog pond, and their vitality passed quickly. Xiao Yan, hurry up! In an instant, the little doctor clenched his teeth tightly, and a trace of blood gushed out, barely regaining some sense of reason. As soon as the words fell, a rare green light beam flashed from the entire body, entangling Xiao Yan and the two, trying to break out of this strange bondage. Brother Xiao Yan! Zuner watched Xiao Yishen act like this, and her delicate body was surging immediately, and the golden liquid flowed, unexpectedly wrapping around to protect Xiao Yan. Don't worry, I will leave here with you. Xiao Yan turned his head and said to the two girls, looking at the paleness on their cheeks, he couldn't help but feel a little distressed. In the poison mist pond, 6 flame runes flickering with ancient aura slowly drifted down. After their appearance, the erosion of the entire poison mist pond to Xiao Yan and others increased rather than decreased. The depths of the entire courtyard have been imprisoned by the formation cast by the spirit of the poison god Cauldron, and only this pond is not within its range. But the poisonous mist contained in the pond, even Xiao Yan was terrified. Deep down below, there seemed to be some more terrifying creatures looming, and that kind of fluctuation and coercion was definitely one of the strongest people Xiao Yan had seen so far. Ha ha ha, good one, I'll take you out of here. Ha ha ha. Just because of who you are now? Just relying on your mere strength of the first reincarnation rank? Or with the 6 holy flames in your hand? Or is it your pesky descendant of the Xiao clan? I was in a trance, and before I could open my eyes, a majestic voice containing disdain and sarcasm, like the sound of heaven, poured out from all directions in the pond and poured directly into the ears of the three of them, shocking the mind and unable to calm down for a long time. Boom! The vast voice fell, and the 6 flame runes in front of Xiao Yan suddenly burst out with an extremely ancient wave to resist the past. As for Xiao Yan's clan-lined vertical eyes that had been open at the center of his eyebrows, he almost subconsciously released a blood-colored conjunctiva, which instantly wrapped Xiao Yan's body to protect it. But even with so many powers, in the face of such shocking disdain, they are as small and ridiculous as moths to flames. Peefed. With a sound, Xiao Yan's body was suddenly clenched by an invisible palm, his throat seemed to be pinched by a force, and if he twisted it at will, he would fall here. A strong sense of suffocation was conveyed. This level of power has far exceeded the scope that Xiao Yan can handle. Under the body, the dragon god transformation, including the 3 divine arts and the immortal flame, flickered together, and it turned out to be a beautiful setting against Xiao Yan's body, which was particularly dazzling. The power of the dragon race? The magic of the ghost world, the magic of the devil world, and the Buddha world? And the source of the immortal flame? The poisonous mist liquid flowed, and a sound of astonishment emerged. Senior, absolutely. Feeling this icy killing intent, Xiao Yishen and Zuner roared at the same time. You two, hurry back. Me and the Xiao family have a grudge, and today this son will die. Following Zuner's speech, Xiao Yan just returned to calm. His invisible palm and strength shrank back, but an inexplicable murderous aura emerged from the depths of the poisonous mist. Have a grudge against our Xiao clan? It's no wonder that the vertical eyes of the clan lines have such strong fluctuations. Cough cough. The suffocation was slightly relieved. Xiao Yan coughed violently, but his eyes and soul power circled around, but he didn't notice anything. This creature that lives in the poisonous fog pond is too powerful. Go! The poisonous body surging around Xiao Yishen's body, the poisonous pill and the poisonous body of were detonated together, and the majestic green poisonous mist ripples spread out, covering the three figures, and instantly came to Xiao Yan's side, with a jade arm surrounding Xiao Yan's arm. Flame of the Golden Crow. Reincarnation. Zuner was also unwilling to be outdone. The surging golden holy flame overflowed, accompanied by the mysterious lines of the 9 profound Fire Lord, protecting their skin from the erosion of this poisonous mist liquid. Go! With the protection of 2 huge forces, Zuner and Xiao Yishen wrapped around Xiao Yan's left and right arms one after the other, their delicate bodies surging, and they actually brought Xiao Yan to the surface of the water. This poisonous mist pond is too dangerous, even more dangerous than the spirit of poison god Cauldron. You must go. From ancient times to the present, no human has been able to escape from the palm of my poison god Xuan. I've already given you a chance, it's your own choice, so I can't blame it. 9 profound Fire Lord, poison god body, descendant of Xiao clan. The faint voice sounded, and suddenly there was a long wave of prehistoric fluctuations, like a superpower who had been sleeping for countless rings, slowly awakening. In the poisonous fog pond, the ground shook and the mountains and rivers collapsed. It was a desolate scene like the end of the world. Puff puff. Xiao Yan was imprisoned by the invisible power just now, and the power in his body was already close to freezing. Crack. The 3 moved only tens of meters, but they hit an airtight crystal wall and stopped abruptly. Dimensional enchantment, there is no way out. Zuner shook her head, her beautiful eyes filled with a strange wave of death. Looking down, one side is a magnificent poisonous snake with a volume of more than 1,000 meters. The snake *** is covered with core mysterious and mysterious poison marks. It is sweeping over in a raging attitude. Once it is caught up by it, I am afraid everyone will end up. 1. Die. Although I still want to accompany you for a while, but it looks like it should be over. Hoo. Crack. At this time, the little Dr. Fairy's beautiful jade eyes suddenly burst into tears, and then the poison pill, which had already begun to detonate, was slowly crushed on top of his jade hand. Tears flowed down the pulleys of the cheeks, and the choked voice slowly sounded, reluctant to give up, unbearable, but everything he did was just to let Xiao Yan live. Bang bang bang. A vast wave swept out, although this kind of thing done by Xiao Yishen was insignificant compared to the poisonous snake below. The heart of Xiao Yan's heart was viciously touched. Sister Zuner, you all have to live. He'll ask you. With a sweet smile, her body broke free from Xiao Yan's arm, and then turned into a dazzling green halo, roaring at the poisonous snake below. In the slightly dark green world, the vast venom is everywhere, and if it is slightly contaminated, there will be no bones left. At this moment, Xiao Yan's heart was like a cold-blooded animal, without any fluctuations, but some kind of power, like a kind of fire, slowly ignited and poured out from Xiao Yan's body. For the convenience of reading next time, you can click the favorite below to record this time. Chapter 2341 Residual Will of the Poison God. The reading record, you can see it when you open the bookshelf next time. If you like Fighting the Heavens God, Yandy, please recommend this book to your friends, QQ, blog, WeChat, etc. Thank you for your support. Opening parenthesis, closing parenthesis. Continuing from the previous episode 2326. Fighting the Heavenly God of Yan Emperor, to find the latest chapter. Sister Xiao Yishen. Xuan Arayu's eyes shrank slightly, looking at the little medical fairy in such a decisive state. Tears could not stop pouring out. Detonating the evil poison body and poison pill, of course, can still have the last chance of life, but if it shoots directly at the poisonous snake below, the force of destruction will destroy its body and spirit, even if it is a fighting god. Powerless. Strangeness. The attack speed of this poison god senior seems to be too slow. Moreover, his words seem to be aimed specifically at Xiao Yan. Detonating all the power in her body, she roared away at Xuan, the ** of poison hidden below, but the little medical fairy opened her mouth slightly. With her keen sense of smell, she naturally sensed something. Is this a case of hatred? With the power of the poison god, even if it is not the god of war, it is an existence that is close to the peak in the reincarnation. Facing an enemy with the strength of the first-level reincarnation, it should be an instant kill. How can you talk so much nonsense with Xiao Yan? Could it be that this guy is on demand or inspiring Xiao Yan? Bang bang bang. When Zuner saw this, her anxious expression filled the air, and then the reincarnation seal between her eyebrows gushed out like an ancient rune. Give it to me. I said I would take you away with me. No matter who the opponent is. In an instant, Zuner's eyes were red, and her slender jade hand was about to tear her reincarnation seal, triggering an extremely huge force, but she only heard a firm voice emerge from her side. Crack. With a sound, it sounded like some crystal shattering, and Xiao Yan, who was in front of him, was instantly shattered, and all the restraints in his body were instantly shattered. Poisonous mist gushing out from the pond. The demon cube shattered, and all the accumulated power overflowed into Xiao Yan's body. Suddenly, the entire space of the poison mist pond was like broken glass. Countless evil rays of light condensed out and slowly poured into Xiao Yan's skin and soul. Crack! Dark green blood mist emerged from the depths of Xiao Yan's soul. These dark green blood mists were different from poisonous mists. They were like greedy devils, bursting out with bursts of grief and anger, shaking the world. Suddenly, there was a huge power blessing in the body. Xiao Yan's clothes burst instantly, and dark green demon bloodlines were imprinted on the flesh and blood like a masterpiece of a demon. Just looking at it, it turned out to be Ling. Xuan has a creepy fear. Brother Xiao Yan. Although Zuner had long heard that Xiao Yan was in control of the demon power in the Great Thousand World, she was still a little worried when she saw this appearance. This kind of power is too powerful. If Brother Xiao Yan gets lost, the result will be self-evident. Boom! The void trembled, as if he was afraid of the infinite magic power in the body of the demon Xiao Yan. Even the poisonous snake roaring from below couldn't help but stop, and the snake's eyes stared solemnly at the demon Xiao Yan in the sky. Peefed. With a sound, the demon Xiao Yan surged, and countless dark green blood dripped from his body. Wherever it spread, even the pond space that contained the deadly poisonous mist trembled and would collapse completely at any time. The dark green eyes were not swept away by anger, and the pair of glazed eyes indicated that Xiao Yan was in complete control of the demon power at this time. Don't do this kind of thing next time. The body surging, instantly came to the poisonous mist created by the little medical fairy, stretched out the palm to intercept it, and then poured the majestic demon power into it, said softly. Yep. At this time, the little Dr. Fairy was extremely weak, but listening to Xiao Yan's voice, his heart couldn't stop warming, and then under the protection of Xiao Yan, he approached Zuner beside him. Two dark green light groups surrounded the two of them, and with the power to dominate the lower body, even a real 5-layer reincarnation level powerhouse could not completely break through this defense. Ha ha ha, devil. Xiao Clan. It's really unexpected. For a time, there was a sarcastic laughter from the entire quiet void, and the majestic ancient power invaded from the bottom of the pond and injected directly into the poisonous snake. At that time, on the body of this energy poisonous snake, the mysterious green patterns will last forever, which is particularly shocking. That is the unique power of the poisonous *Xuan, the source of the poisonous god. Even if it is a real reincarnation level peak powerhouse, there is a fatal danger. I didn't mean to offend, but since the senior has a grudge against our Xiao clan, then this grudge will be repaid by me, the descendant of the Xiao clan. I am proud that I am a descendant of Xiao Yan, from generation to generation. Even if this battle falls here, I have no regrets. The vast voice surged, and behind the demon Xiao Yan, a demon phantom surrounded by countless dark green energy shackles was deeply imprinted on Xiao Yan's back. The source of the devil, the phantom of the devil. At this time, Xiao Yan, if it is only a matter of strength, I am afraid that even if it is a real 5-layer reincarnation, it will not be too much. The power of the poisonous god, the poisonous holy snake. Stinky boy, let this ** stay here completely. The next moment, a frantic voice gushed out from the bottom of the pool, and then countless waves of poisonous mist and poisonous snakes burst out at the demon Xiao Yan. Devil, infinite brilliance, thunderfire demon, evil voices sounded, and a gray-white thunderbolt and a glass-colored flame gushed out from Xiao Yan's eyes respectively, and then injected into the demon phantom behind him. Boom! In the confrontation of attacks, the void trembled in the entire green poisonous fog pond, and countless void cracks and voids emerged at the same time. The attacks of the two forced the void to collapse. The descendants of the Xiao family are still so annoying. Of course, the power left by the poison *Xuan could not resist the full-strength attack of the demon Xiao Yan, and the entire pond collapsed at will, but at the last moment, before the power left by him was completely swallowed up, a deep green vortex emerged. Whoa! The 10,000 poisonous sacred serpent was swallowed by the demon Xiao Yan, and the crisis was lifted, but the body of the demon Xiao Yan was trembling abruptly, and strange forces were constantly flowing through his limbs. Even the demon power can't completely resist the poisonous power of the poisonous *Xuan. The power of this kind of venom is hard to prevent, and if it remains in one's body, it may bring about a very serious disaster. Stinky boy, the spirit of my incompetent poison god Cauldron exists outside, and the venom of the Halloween poisonous snake is eroding inside. If you want to break the game, then come with me. The last sound gushed out, and suddenly bursts of collapsing and shattering sound erupted in the entire poisonous fog pond. Go! The two women looked at the power of venom so strong in the body of the demon Xiao Yan, and immediately knew that without the help of the poisonous *Xuan, the two women would be stronger than Xiao Yan, and would also suffer from dark disease forever. After looking at each other, they stepped inside together. After entering it, he entered the other side of the exotic space. For the convenience of reading next time, you can click on the favorites below to record this time. Chapter 2342 Devil Attack, Intentional or Intentional? The reading record, you can see it when you open the bookshelf next time. If you like Fighting the Heavens God, Yandy, please recommend this book to your friends, QQ, blog, WeChat, etc. Thank you for your support. Opening parenthesis, closing parenthesis. Continuing from the previous episode 2327. Fighting the Heavenly God of Yan Emperor, to find the latest chapter. Peefed. Stepping into the void vortex, after a few jumps, everyone instantly came to a very strange space. The vast expanse, countless starry sky stands in it. In front of it is an extremely magnificent huge square. Standing in it, a sense of insignificance arises spontaneously. This is the tomb of the poison god, and his resting place. Looking at this vast void, Xiao Yixian's weak soul body spoke slightly. His eyes and soul body released an ancient wave of the same origin. Both are poisonous bodies, so there is an extremely terrifying resonance. Countless starry sky is suspended in the sky. It looks deep, as if there is another mystery, but on the vast ancient square, there are only two kinds of objects. One is a coffin wrapped in layers of dark green crystals, which should be the habitat of the poison god Xuan, and the other is a statue in the center of the square. It is said that it is a statue, but it is not, because this statue is more like a slim figure, and the real visual impact makes it impossible to tell what kind of material it was cast with. The portrait looks like a woman, wearing a white elegant dress. The wide skirt is engraved with green patterns, and the thin waist is surrounded by a slightly enchanting purple silk satin. 3,000 blue silk from its fragrant shoulders hang down, making the already seductive skin more enchanting. There is no fendi on the cheeks, but it is particularly eye-catching, and the eyes are like water, but there is a coldness that is refusing thousands of miles away, and there is a vaguely extreme domineering that spreads out. That kind of aura, even compared to the demon emperor of the demon world, is a lot more tyrannical. Such a stunning woman, even if it is a quiet portrait today, has given Xiao Yan and the others an extremely strong danger. Wang buzzing. Strangeness. When Xiao Yan came to this space, the demon power in his body suddenly became quiet, and even when he saw the figure of this woman, the blood in his body suddenly felt a touch of adoration. This figure is clearly just a statue carved by someone, and it is not a real human at all. Why do you make yourself feel so tactile? Humph. What a descendant of the Xiao family, what a devilish power. It's really majestic. For a time, a long-standing voice was transmitted from the stone bed of the central tomb, and the cold dissatisfaction was particularly obvious. The faint voice sounded, and suddenly a middle-aged man with an extraordinary complexion poured out of thin air from above the coffin of the mausoleum, and instantly turned into an energy phantom, standing on it. Looking around, this guy was surrounded by sticky green mists. He was a little handsome, but he was full of a strange and dangerous aura. As soon as he appeared, he kept staring at Xiao Yan. His words were still full of hostility, but the killing intent had long since disappeared. Poison God Xuan. Watching this phantom take shape, Xiao Yan took a step forward, and then the majestic demon power came back and sheltered the three of them. It's not quite right. The little Dr. Xian Meimu has been wandering around the female figure and the poison god, as if thinking about something. In an instant, the reincarnation seal on Zuner's eyebrows was also rendered by the scenery here, and it slowly burned, and some obscure and ancient memories also poured into Zuner's mind. Senior poison god, he doesn't have any toxin antibodies in his body. Even if he has demon power, if it continues like this for a long time, I am afraid that he will end up with a lot of dark diseases. In an instant, Xiao Yixian was outspoken and spoke out, a little wanting to confirm his guess. Yep, Zuner heard the words, her beautiful eyes turned, and then she stared at the little medical fairy in the state of the soul with some vigilance. The latter's words now seemed to have colluded with the poison god? What? You didn't tell me sooner. Boy, calm down, keep your mind, and I will expel the source of the poison *** for you. The poisonous ** Xuan heard the words, the cold look on his face disappeared instantly, with a heart-palpitating appearance, he hurried to the side of the demon Xiao Yan. A huge suction force poured out, eroding the poisonous mist pond deep into Xiao Yan before. The source of the poison *** in the body is drawn out. This kind of source of poisonous gods, which is enough to corrode some, even if Xiao Yan has the protection of holy flame and other powers, after a long time, there will be all kinds of large and small injuries. What's happening here? At this moment, even Xiao Yan had a big head. The one in front of him was yelling at them just now, but now his appearance is completely different from just now. Is there any hidden secret in this? I do not know either. However, it should be true that this senior has a grudge with the Xiao family. It's just that grudge, maybe not murder, but maybe vengeance. After Xiao Yixian finished speaking, Mei Mei looked at a portrait on the edge of the mausoleum on the opposite side, and apparently noticed something based on some subtle fluctuations in the body of the poisonous body. This is the crown of the goddess of war of the Xiao family, Xiao Lingshan. Looking at this stone statue, Zuner's reincarnation mark flickered between her eyebrows, and said almost subconsciously. It is said that this is the most powerful female hero in the Xiao family. He once stood among the peaks of the Daqin world. His tyrannical strength and beautiful appearance have caused countless humans in the Daqin world to be fascinated by it, and he did not hesitate to spend a lot of money. The human and material resources are fully pursued. There are too many powerhouses just for the sake of making a smile, but no matter what treasures the geniuses come up with, they can't get into their eyes. There seems to be some poisonous ** in the memory of the senior's reincarnation print message. In a fit of anger, he used some inferior means to try to sully his majesty, but in the end he was chased by him and almost fell. Could it be? Zuner was startled, and said slowly, following the hot fluctuation of the samsara print between her eyebrows. The voice just fell, and three eyes stared at the energy phantom on the face with extreme vigilance. Cough cough. In the distance, the illusory figure who was expelling the venom power from Xiao Yan's body heard the words, his face was ashen, and then he looked at Xiao Yan with a wry smile. This kind of blatantly revealing people's bottom line really made the poison god Xuan feel ashamed. Senior, you? At this moment, the demon power and venom power in Xiao Yan subsided together, but Xiao Yan felt helpless for a while. Feelings are the fault of the poisonous ** himself, and then he is angry with himself after many years? This old guy is actually relying on the old to sell the old. This fellow of the 9 profound Fire Lord. The poison god Xuan got up and turned his back, with the attitude of an expert. On the side of the little medical fairy, Zuner frowned and stepped back unconsciously, keeping a distance from him. It is indeed shameful to use inferior methods, and Xuan is the 3rd generation poison god. The dignified generation of poison gods actually acted like this, which is really insulting. What are the inferior methods? She clearly promised me at the beginning that as long as I finish that thing, she will entrust herself to me for the rest of her life, but in the end, after I finished the task with all my life, she refuted it. In the end, she had no choice but to get angry and became angry. Made a big mistake, but in the end it was her fault. The poison god Xuan spoke directly, and did not give Zuner time to continue speaking. Xiao Lingshan, goddess of war. Several brand new words reappeared in Xiaoyan's mind, and a strong shock hit Xiaoyan's heart. It seemed that the top figures of the Xiao clan also surfaced step by step with the improvement of their own strength. In order to facilitate the next reading, you can click on the favorite below to record this time. Chapter 2343, Poison Gods Past. The reading record, you can see it when you open the bookshelf next time. If you like Fighting the Heavens God, Yandy, please recommend this book to your friends, QQ, blog, WeChat, etc. Thank you for your support. Opening parenthesis, closing parenthesis. Continuing from the previous episode 2328. Fighting the Heavenly God of Yan Emperor, to find the latest chapter. Alright. After the breath, the poison god Xuan waved his hand and hurriedly stopped the topic, then rolled his eyes. Girl, would you like to worship me as a teacher? After a long time, the poison god Xuan looked at the little medical fairy in front of him, and his voice was slightly fiery. This girl's body's poisonous power is beginning to appear, and the poisonous pill and the poisonous body have been detonated. Now only the weak soul body is left, which is the best time to break it and stand up. Since the misunderstanding has been resolved, it is time for us to go too. Xiao Yishen gritted his teeth, and then directly refused. Although the poison god Xuan in front of him has achieved great poisoning skills, I am afraid that in the poison god realm today, his strength is enough to rank among the top 3 Xeon beings, but his deeds make him feel that it is not a big deal. Nice guy. Because of Xiao Yan, Xiao Yishen refused directly. If he gains power and harms Xiao Yan in the future, Xiao Yixian would rather not have such power and status. Thank you, senior. After the 3 of them finished speaking, they bowed to the figure in front of them, and then showed signs of leaving. Wang buzzing. Seeing this, Xuan, the asterisk of poison, shook his head slightly. Without persuading him, he waved his hand at will. On the ancient square, bursts of green ripples suddenly appeared, the space was distorted, and an extremely tyrannical poison filled the air. The passageway is full of green, as if it contains a terrifying and refreshing poison, and just after it appeared, it caused a burst of energy ripples. Oh! At this moment, the poison god Xuan was like a child who had done something wrong, slumped on the square for a while, and then murmured to the portrait of Xiao Lingshan in front of him. You people from the Xiao family are really some very unreasonable guy. Now even a good seedling with a poisonous body has been fooled away. After all, Xuan, the poison god, has always maintained an extremely refined aura. Looking at the portrait in front of him, he doesn't look like an indecent person who would do inferior means. In the passage that left, Xiao Yishen seemed a little careless. He had just rejected the poisonous asterisk Xuan, largely because of Xiao Yan, but his poison pill and his poisonous body detonated. In the future, his achievements may be limited to Dushan. Step up. Thinking of this, Xiao Yixian's original lively personality became silent. Sister Xiao Yishen. Zuner was very considerate, and the jade hand pulled the little medical fairy, and then looked at Xiao Yan together. Well, go back. That's what you deserve. It's a matter of the Xiao family, and it's me. Okay, thank you. The sound fell, and the 3 of them returned to the original path. Xiao clan. Damn clan. You clearly promised me that as long as I kill the foreign evil *** Lu Hui Shuangmu, you will entrust yourself to me. When I succeed, why do you escape from reality and dare not admit it? What is this? If it weren't for me, it would be just a remnant of thoughts. I would definitely find your Xiao clan and ask them what kind of arrogant and unreasonable people you Xiao clan are. The voices of resentment resounded from the tomb of the poison god, and the poisonous mist poured out uncontrollably, decorating the entire space extremely strange and gray. Senior. A minute later, the ancient passage was squirming, Xiao Yan and the 3 slowly appeared, and the illusory soul body of the little medical fairy walked towards the poison asterisk Xuan step by step. Quote ? Lingshan, did you hear my talk? At this moment, there was a burst of ecstasy on the gentle face of the poison god Xuan. Also called Senior? Immediately, the poisonous asterisk Xuan fluttered and came directly to the little medical fairy. A cloud of green poisonous mist poured out, directly wrapping the little medical fairy's soul body, as if undergoing some kind of extremely special nourishing repair. Since ancient times, there is more hatred for empty feelings. Xiao Yan and Zuner held up their palms and looked at Xuan, the asterisk of poison in front of them, and said helplessly. They know very little about ancient things, so just relying on the reincarnation seal of the 9 profound Fire Lord, they can't decide whether it is good or bad. Shush. After a few minutes, the body of the little medical fairy was condensed out, exactly the same as before. Even the power of the soul poison asterisk was restored, and it became more attractive. Let's start. After doing all this, the poison god Xuan's voice became excited, and then his body lifted into the air, and his hands constructed some mysterious handprints. Peefed. With a sound, the ground of the ancient square, which had been lonely for thousands of years, suddenly twisted and twisted. Immediately, an endless and deep black hole emerged from the mausoleum coffin on the side, and the coercion spread from it turned out to make everyone tremble and worship. In the endless black hole, there is a green jade cauldron with a size of about a jong, and there are ancient fluctuations on the body and horns of the cauldron. This thing is astonishingly similar to the poisonous asterisk cauldron that everyone had seen in the snake and scorpion poisoner before. Even more peculiar, in the center of its green tripod, there is a green bead, which is beating slowly like a heart. Just in the middle of it, the legendary thing of the poison god, the holy elixir of all poisons. The little Dr. Fairy trembled, looking at the green beads in the cauldron in front of her, and said in shock. Sacred pill of 10,000 poisons, this is the proof of the poison god, and it is also a symbol of the power of the poison god palace. With it, there is finally a solution to the matter of the little Dr. Fairy. At this moment, Zuner spoke almost from the bottom of her heart, and she was extremely relieved in her voice. This is the holy pill of 10,000 poisons. It is my origin. It is also the strongest poison pill in the world today. There is no one. At that time, my strength did not reach the peak of reincarnation, but with the myriad poison pill in the Dacheng stage, I directly killed one of the 5 chief evil gods outside the territory, so its credit is indispensable. Now I am just a residual memory, its illustrious name, I don't want to be buried here. Xuan, the asterisk of poison, was in high spirits, and when he mentioned the holy elixir of all poisons, a domineering arrogance that looked down on the world naturally emerged. Senior, are you fallen? At this moment, Xiao Yan was also a little surprised and hurriedly asked. Falling? The strength reaches the reincarnation. Unless it is obliterated by the divine weapon or the divine art level fighting skills, most of them are seriously injured and fall into the reincarnation, waiting for the long years of pouring to regain their vitality and wake up. The appearance of the seal of reincarnation allows us strong men to radiate our own power and find a suitable heir. At the same time, once the reincarnations completely control the seal of reincarnation, we will wake up in advance. Girl, are you willing to take me back? The poisonous asterisk Xuan's faint voice sounded, and then his eyes were fixed on the little medical fairy. This kind of thing is no trivial matter, and it should not be sloppy. After all, this kind of poisonous asterisk body is rare in 10,000 years. Xiao Yan and Zuner nodded slightly, casting a look of approval at him. The junior is willing. The little Dr. Immortal let out a long sigh of relief, and then there were bursts of poisonous mist that eroded everything in his eyes. Ha ha ha. Xiao Lingshan, see you next time. This seat must count the new and old hatred countless years ago together. The vast voice emerged, and suddenly the last trace of remnant left by the poison asterisk Xuan turned into a trace of emerald green light as everyone watched, and slowly branded it on the eyebrows of the little medical fairy. The reincarnation of the 3rd generation poison god Xuan, with the addition of the holy pill of all poisons, after a long time, this girl may also be a leader in the peak of the great thousand world. For the convenience of reading next time, you can click on the favorite below to record this time. Chapter 2344 of the Holy Pill of All Poisons. The reading record, you can see it when you open the bookshelf next time. If you like Fighting the Heavens God, Yandy, please recommend this book to your friends, QQ, blog, WeChat, etc. Thank you for your support. Opening parenthesis, closing parenthesis. Continuing from the previous episode 2329, Fighting the Heavenly God of Yan Emperor, to find the latest chapter. Whoa! In the entire Poison God Mausoleum Square, the emerald green reincarnation mark surged out between the eyebrows of the little medical fairy, and green energy ripples poured out from the entire space, constantly nourishing and strengthening the body and soul of the little medical fairy. The reincarnation of the poisonous *Xuan, mysterious, and now given to the little medical fairy, whether in a short or long term, is a very beneficial existence. Brother Xiao Yan, it seems that your Xiao clan. At this moment, Zuner carried her little hands behind her back, and then looked responsible, indescribably mischievous. I am afraid there is some misunderstanding in this old story of the female * of war Xiao Lingshan and the * of poison Xuan. Cough cough. Seeing this, Xiao Yan hurriedly coughed. Even if the Xiao family disappeared, the various debts and enemies left behind before disappearing really made Xiao Yan, the descendant, feel a big headache. However, I have to say that this poison * Xuan forced himself so much that Xiao Yan's strength actually broke through to the peak of the first-level reincarnation. Question. This incident can be regarded as a blessing in disguise, but I don't know if it was caused by the poisonous * Xuan's intentional or unintentional mistakes. Poison God Cauldron, 10,000 Poison Pill. The faint emerald green light is particularly dazzling, and the death energy is very strong, as if the slightest contamination will immediately kill you here. Among them, the green Poison God Cauldron and the 10,000 Poison Sacred Pill floated together on the coffin in this square, showing an incomparably ancient vicissitudes. After about 10 minutes, when the little doctor opened his eyes, the whole person's breath became very strange and powerful. Senior has already given me the solution to the spirit of the Poison God Cauldron. When I swallow the poison pill and absorb it, we will go out and solve it. Xiao Yishen just opened his eyes and said to Xiao Yan, who was beside him. Just after he finished speaking, his toes pointed strangely above the void of the square, and his figure fluttered towards the Poison God Cauldron. The power of terrifying venom. At this moment, feeling the terrifying venom that is thick enough to annihilate all things next to the Poison God Cauldron, Zuner spoke with some worry. Under the body. Seeing that the little Doctor Immortal was ready to start devouring the poison pill, Xiao Yan was still worried, and summoned his lower body to surround the little Doctor Immortal. Let's start. Xiao Yan made a slight sound when he noticed that the beautiful eyes of the little doctor were projected towards the rear. Hoo! The little doctor nodded solemnly, then sat down cross-legged. The reincarnation mark between the eyebrows flickered with extremely ancient fluctuations. The slender body is surrounded by a green mist, which outlines an extremely mysterious and demonic atmosphere. Boom! The little doctor's immortal jade twitched his hand, and gently probed the green beads in the cauldron under the condition of countless reincarnation seals. A burst of emerald green mist quietly overflowed from the beads, and just after it overflowed, in the entire dead square, a strange movement of the void trembled and spread out. Even Xiao Yan and Zuner, who were standing on the ground, also felt a strong unease. The power of this 10,000 poison holy pill is definitely countless times more tyrannical than the poison pill that Xiao Yishen swallowed and absorbed before. Cece, little Doctor Immortal bit the corner of her mouth lightly. Although she had the help of the reincarnation seal, her own strength was too weak. Damn! Little Doctor Immortal's delicate body was trembling, with extremely bright red blood flowing down the edge of his mouth, and even the waves released by the reincarnation mark between his eyebrows were too hot. No, the holy pill of 10,000 poisons is too powerful for the current you. If you rush into it like this, you will not be able to succeed at all. Xiao Yan helped Xiao Yishen up, and then his eyes quickly hovered over the Poison God Cauldron, as if thinking about something. For a while, we will use the power of Holy Flame to temporarily isolate the power in the Holy Elixir of all poisons, so it should be much easier. Gritting his teeth a little, there seems to be only one way now. No, you don't have any poison resistance in you. The power of the holy pill of 10,000 poisons, even my physique with a poisonous body, can't deal with it. If you take action rashly, I'm afraid you will end up. Little Doctor Immortal refused directly, with a stern face. Only she herself knew the horror of the holy pill of 10,000 poisons, so she would not let Xiao Yan and the two take the risk anyway. Zuner, do it. The law of the 5 flames. The vast voice suddenly surged from the square, and the speed of a figure bathed in 5 different colors of flames skyrocketed, and quickly went towards the Poison God Cauldron. Golden Crow shines the sun. Zuner also let out a coquettish cry. The golden flame seems to be able to burn even the void. Hurrah! The 6 flames were entangled with each other, and immediately under Xiao Yan's subtle control, they turned into a rope, entwining the holy pill of all poisons. However, even if it is the gathering of the power of the 6 kinds of holy flames, when facing this poisonous pill, a trace of white mist is constantly corroded by it, and I am afraid this restraint will not last long. Little Dr. Immortal, hurry up. At this moment, Xiao Yan roared like thunder. This opportunity is fleeting. Yep. Turning his head slightly, he looked at Xiao Yan with a dignified face. The little doctor bit his silver teeth lightly. His whole body was covered by a thin layer of poisonous mist, and then he stretched out his straight and slender palm and touched it away. Peefed. At this moment, the little Dr. Immortal held her breath and cast the reincarnation seal, as if she had changed a person. He bent his fingers and probed directly at the holy pill of 10,000 poisons, and a dark green deadly poisonous mist lingered on his fingertips. It broke through the numerous defenses of the poison pill in an instant, and came into close contact with the poison pill's body. Boom! Touched by the poison pill, it seemed to be instigated by the little doctor's immortal's reincarnation seal. It unexpectedly gushed out of the cauldron like lightning, and then shot at the little doctor's fairy like a wild horse. Whoa! A violent piercing sound rang out, and the poisonous pill immediately hit the smooth palm of the little doctor fairy, and a circle of green poisonous mist was released from the palm of the hand like a bottomless pit. 6 flames. Immediately, just when the little medical fairy felt that all the vitality in his body was eroded by the poison pill, a majestic holy flame swept through and confronted him. Quick! Take advantage of it now. Xiao Yan's complexion was extremely ugly, and Sheng Yan could not defend against the power of the poison pill, so although Xiao Yan used the holy flame to help the Xiaoyishen resist the erosion of the poison pill, the torture he suffered was no less than that of the Xiaoyishen. The method of poison pill, all things lead. Receive. The ancient Sanskrit sound slowly poured out from the corner of the little doctor's mouth and then turned into a circle of ancient runes to suppress the poison pill. Being imprisoned, it turned slowly, and the entire light became dim. Peefed. The jade lips slightly opened, and before the poison pill could react, the little medical fairy swallowed it into the body. As the myriad poisonous sacred flame was swallowed up by it, an extremely terrifying green poisonous mist of death, centered on the little medical fairy, continued to spread out, and the entire square was filled with a fragmented touch. Pimple. With a bang, just when this area was about to collapse completely, the quiet poison god cauldron below was shining brightly, and a majestic suction surged out, absorbing all the poisonous mist, and then returning to its quiet appearance. Extremely mysterious. For the convenience of reading next time, you can click on the favorite below to record this time. Chapter 2345 Poison Pill, Devour. The reading record, you can see it when you open the bookshelf next time. If you like Fighting the Heavens God, Yandy, please recommend this book to your friends, QQ, blog, WeChat, etc. Thank you for your support. Opening parenthesis, closing parenthesis.